More? I said you paid extra $25. You used to pay. You said, what did you think that we for free for all these years? No, we paid this much, but now it's 25, and nobody cares, it's no big deal.
So it's fun.
And ever since the last meeting, I've been looking at those numbers a lot. And there could be some changes coming, so.
Up or down, honestly, up?
For the residents,
Yeah.
it may go down. But the trailer park, it may go up. I'm still working on it. I don't have all my, I'm meeting with the trailer park communities and have discussion with them. I've been working my ass off on it, so, you know, fair is fair, right?
If you say no,
Pardon my French, but
it's just that we're gonna have to go on Denton Hill Road, and now they're gonna have the sheriff's.
I want to talk about it. It's not the gym.
I appreciate that.
I'll be the fine.
I've been, I don't think I'm going to.
He's used to this.
I don't understand.
Why is that box on this page? That box.
I don't need to ask you permission to single out. I'm asking you permission so that if I put that access on, you're not gonna have a problem. If you have a problem, it's not single out, it's just gonna be a no. So, I'm not even thought maybe it helps, but it has to be a working, so I guess no, I don't need a permission to single. That doesn't know, RA, residential agriculture.
Right.
I can single well for any purpose.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
Right.
Yeah, okay. That's okay, I mean, I get that.
This is the last thing we might allow.
Don't might not be able to get up.
I'll help you guys.
No, that's basically
You can't tell if it's on or off.
Because you're driving on salt for 6 months out of the year.
No, but I switched
So
it.
if you're driving on salt for 6 months out of the year. The well is not the issue. It's like the well. It's not about the, it's not about the well.
We might have some.
If you say no, it's okay. I'm still some of the well. It's just going to be here instead of here. That's the only thing. Yeah.
You're gonna have to bury 20 more, but it has this guy.
Oh, yeah, unless those guys are going to put concentration. No, I get that.
It's like the road.
Okay, thank you.
20.
All right, time now 7 o'clock. We'll call our meeting to order. Please rise and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Madam Clerk, roll call vote, please.
Zach Tucker,
Here.
Kurt Schultz,
Here.
Jennifer Eden. Here. Mike Cunningham,
Here.
David Blocker,
Here.
Herman Ferguson,
Here.
Pam Walker. Here.
We don't have anything to add to the agenda, so I'll entertain the motion.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned and supported to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Next is approval of the consent agenda. The regular board meeting minutes from July 18th, 2023, the treasurer's report from June 30, 2023, clerk's warrants and bills, July 26, 2023.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, that motion carries. Next, communications. We have 4 items for communications. The first one is approved planning commission meeting minutes from June 13th, 2023. The planning commission meeting synopsis from July 11th, 2023. The Livingston County Sheriff Report dated June 30, 2023. And the Fire Service Report dated July 26, 2023.
So moved. Support.
It's been motioned and supported to receive communications 1 through 4 and place on file. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, that motion carries. This is our first opportunity for public remarks. If anybody has any comments about anything that's on tonight's agenda, please come up to the board, have a seat, or you can stand there, whatever you're most comfortable doing, and let us know what you have to say. Anyone?
Just want to, oops, sorry guys. Just want to make sure you guys have a copy of this.
This is our survey.
That is a copy of your survey, per the townhouse back last year. You guys all know me. I'm on the planning commission, Kevin Ross. I walk into this building and the first thing I see is flyers and a donation box and a privately owned 501c3. If this nonprofit is privately owned, then why does Tyrone Township house their donation boxes and flyers everywhere in this public space? Can the church I go to put offering boxes here too? If the nonprofit society is privately owned, then why does Tyrone Township website have the historical society's information on it? Can I give you a link to my website? So, give you a link to my website so you can add it there too, since we are in the business of giving privately owned entities public website space. If not me, then the church I belong to. It's a 501c3 too, right? That said, I understand why the website has information about the old townhouse on it. That's because the township still owns the building, and we, the residents, now maintain it with our tax dollars against our will. That's right, you heard it. We still maintain it indefinitely at the moment. This is what I warned you about last time I was here in front of all of you. Last time I was here, the supporters of the townhouse completely twisted what was an analogy and said I wanted to, quote unquote, burn the townhouse down. I never said that. However, I will now say that the townhouse needs to rot at this point unless the Historical Society intends on taking over maintenance indefinitely. We need to split privately owned businesses from public entities. The survey you sent out here that all you guys should have clearly states that the townhouse was not to be maintained by the public and ownership could be sold to the Historical Society for $1 assumed maintenance transferred over as well. The Historical Society denied that sale, so I have $1 right here if you want to sell it to me. And then I probably burn it down. Why does Tyrone Township allow the Historical Society to use their grounds freely? Can I use the grounds freely too? Can I use the old townhouse freely for my 7-year-old's upcoming birthday party? I'll invite the community and we'll make it a community event. Let me use an analogy of the point I'm trying to make here. If I go and buy an old rundown car, give it to the township and park that car in one of the township's parking spaces, can I make the township residents pay maintenance and repairs on that vehicle whenever I feel like it? This is exactly comparing apples to apples here. You guys have already been gracious enough by donating land to these guys for the townhouse to sit on this property. But they are bending you guys over and making you, and by that I also mean all of us, flip any part of that bill. If they are a 501c3, their accounting book should be publicly open for you guys to look at the income and expenditures to determine if they need an interest-based loan from you guys. And just for further clarification, I'm not an anti-historical society, right? In fact, I've actually given multiple times in the past to Henry Ford. The point I'm trying to make here is let's separate private from public and stop forcing the residents to pay for it.
Your comments? Anyone else?
You guys are more than welcome to have a copy. For your record.
Scott Deezer, White Lake Road, I think it was a little hard. It's hard. I mean, it's really hard. I mean, I don't want to beat anybody up anymore, so I think the townhouse was put there by the people at the other location, and it was owned by the people of this township. And you guys, I mean, we understood, I think a lot of people understood the cost of moving that building over here was a lot. I think a lot of people worked really hard to get that thing moved over here. I'm not gonna get into detail of whose fault it was that it was let run down. It was many, many generations that let it run down. But whose responsibility was, well, it was the people's property. It was the people's property. We all let it run down. But anyway, we took the first step. I'm gonna tell you something, I was proud of this township this weekend, not just because of the building, for what we did. We brought the community together. Our community came together, and we had a lot of other people from outside communities. I grew up in Deerfield Township. I'm gonna tell you, my grandfather was on the board over there. My grandfather used to repair the church over there. He used to repair the town, and never asked for a dime. He did it all for the community. I volunteer my time I'll still volunteer my time for this community. We're a community. The community put that building on township property. I understand the cost. Look at that building now. It's coming along. There's real value there. You're an attorney. You guys there's real value in that building. It's real estate value. It's coming back. I mean, it's got real value. It's almost there. And it's the people's property. Not mine, not yours, it's the people's. We got it over here, let's fix it. I mean, I think we're gonna have it's a joint venture, but it's all of us, but it's hard, it's really hard. I know some people are, we all fought for it. It's, it's history. I just can't see throwing stuff away that people worked in the past so hard to build. And they built a community. Somebody moved that building once, and I can't believe the work. They put a whole new floor in it. I mean, that had to be a lot. And moving it back in the 70s was nothing like they moved it now. It was unbelievable watching them move it, the technology, but they thought it was worth it in the 1970s. So I think it's worth it now. It's standing pretty tall. I think it looks beautiful over there. I think it's better here than it did over there, to tell you the truth. I do. But I know people are mad. No one wants to spend the money, but I think we got a lot of people, and a lot of older people that busted their butt to make this happen. And I'd like to see a lot more younger people get involved in this community. In the Historical Society, maybe it is a 501, but it's a community. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the legalities are. You guys deal with that, but I think it's part of this community, and I think we really care. Like I said, getting back with Deerfield, two of the band players, Bud, Gary Johnston, and Steve Bonico were playing in the band. We used to get together over Deerfield and play baseball once a week over there at Deerfield Center. One of my buddies had a lot over there. We built a backstop, and we all got together. This was back in the 70s. And it was a community thing. We all got together. We all grew up, and it kind of went away. But it takes a lot of effort to hold the community together. And I'm proud of you guys, because I know we've argued and played, but you guys all supported that. And not just the building, I'm talking about the heritage that went on here this weekend. And I cannot believe, I worked it, and I cannot believe the support. And I can't believe the comments from not just people in this community, but from other communities that said, man, this is great. This was really great.
We'll wrap it up.
And so, but I thank you guys.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Thank you for your comments. We don't have any unfinished business. We're going to move on to new business. Item number 1 is the Williams Fay request for an on-site temporary dwelling during construction. Part of our ordinance allows for people to have some sort of on-site dwelling during construction. They went before the Planning Commission. They also got a septic permit from the Livingston County Health Department, and they have met all the requirements, and there's a recommendation for approval from the Planning Commission on this. I think it's pretty cut and dry, and unless anybody has any questions, I'll entertain the motion to approve it.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned and supported to approve the Williams Fay request for on-site temporary dwelling during construction. Any further discussion?
Do we need to have the condition that's in the recommendation email as part of the motion, or is that already in place?
The condition for,
Just, I think that there's a written agreement that says single purpose not to exceed 10 months.
that's in our ordinance, so, I mean, we can go back on our ordinance. I don't think that we're gonna have to worry about, we've never had one issue with any type of these requests. The only issues we have are like when, people's houses burn down, they don't want to clean them up, and then they want their insurance money. That's the, when it comes to like temp dwellings and things, but otherwise we'll go out there and tell Woody's to tow the thing off and be done with it. No, no, I think we're okay. Do I have a motion or any other questions?
That was my only question.
Okay.
As long as we're good there.
I mean, if it makes you sleep better at night, we could ask them to sign anything, but I don't think they'd be in opposition to it.
I just was looking in the email, and that's what Ross had said, so I was basically just going off of that.
Would you like to include that into your motion?
I can make that motion, sure.
Okay.
I'll move to approve it, subject to the condition as stated in Ross's email.
I think I have to accept the amendment to the motion.
Because you made.
Oh, you made the motion?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
Okay. Yeah, why don't you just withdraw your motion?
All right, I'll withdraw the motion.
Okay. Restate your motion.
I would move to approve, subject to the condition as stated in the email from Ross Nicholson.
Support.
Okay, it's been motioned and supported to approve the Williams Fay request, on-site dwelling with a agreement to remove the building after 10 months. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. I'll have Ross reach out to you, and we'll work out the details on how we're gonna get that thing drafted and signed, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Next is a resolution to proceed with the creation of a special assessment district for seasonal road maintenance on Park Lane. Park Lane has done this several times over the last 14, 15 years. They pave their road and they have a maintenance agreement for seasonal road repair, maintenance, snow plowing, etc. Their current assessment is expiring, so they got more than enough of the required signatures to go forward with it, so 72%. So we want 60. So they, I guess if there's any questions about it, go ahead and ask them now, otherwise we can entertain a resolution motion.
So resolved. Support?
It's been resolved to proceed with the creation of a special assessment district for seasonal road maintenance for Park and Lane. Any further discussion? Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call vote, please?
Yes. David Walker,
Yes.
Kurt Schultz,
Yes.
Herm Ferguson,
Yes.
Zach Tucker,
Yes.
Mike Cunningham,
Yes,
Jennifer Eden. Yes. Pam Loeffler. Yes.
and that resolution passes. Next is the backup resolution to it. It's a resolution to schedule the first public hearing for Park and Lane Seasonal Road Maintenance Special Assessment District.
So resolved. Support?
It's been resolved and supported to schedule the first public hearing for the Park and Lane Seasonal Road Maintenance Special Assessment District. Any further discussion? Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call vote, please?
Mike Cunningham,
Yes.
Herm Ferguson,
Yes.
David Walker,
Yes.
Zach Tucker,
Yes.
Jennifer Eden. Yes. Kurt Schultz,
Yes.
Pam Loeffler. Yes.
Moving on to item number 4, request of the Historical Society for some of the repair costs. When they were preparing the old townhouse to move, there was some rock issues on the sub base there, and it needed some new lumber. basically the whole bottom, I guess we want to call the bottom cap needed to be redone, and some stuff needed to be put on top of the blocks that were put over here, and that totaled $1,499. You can see the breakdown of materials that they bought. They volunteered and did all the work on it. Randy Melville out there led a team, and so, I mean, we're looking at lumber, deck screws, a cutting tool, nails, caulking, more lumber, et cetera, et cetera. Are there any comments or thoughts about it?
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned and supported to reimburse the Historical Society for repair costs to the historic townhouse. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, that motion carries. Next, miscellaneous business. We have none. And final public remark. Does anybody have any public comment? Randy, did you have something?
Not really, I guess I
Oh, I thought I saw you raise your hand. I'm sorry. Were you scratching or something?
scratched my head.
Oh, okay. We do that a lot around here. All right.
I guess I could make a comment regarding the Historical Society and its relationship with the township. That is not at all unique. You look at all the communities around here, there are historical societies that work in support of the townships. Our township stands almost alone, I would say, as far as having no parks, no recreational facilities. You look around all of the other communities, and they all have public facilities. And we are hopeful as a historical society that we can build upon having the hall here and doing work in the property and making this township a better place to be.
Thank you. Yes, Matt?
I just want to add, I think we shined. I think this township shined that day. We had the Historical Society put that Pioneer Day on. And I'm proud to have worked it. And I'm proud to be part of it. And I'm proud that you guys came to support it. Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
So I want to follow up a little of what my friend Scott here said. And I appreciate you, not offense, okay? Okay, I want to make sure. So, one thing that Scott, I think, really pushed on was saying, it's not the people's problem, it's not the people's problem. But in actuality, it is your problem. You guys, and again, as, up here of you guys didn't follow what the survey requested that you follow. That's why I handed you guys that. So it was a reminder for you. It was clear that the people wanted, what the people wanted in that survey. And the problem, or I should say the issue that arose was, again, as much as that survey said, do not maintain, right? I mean, I have it highlighted, every single one of those things. If you take a look at what is highlighted, the word maintain, repair, and it stated it strongly disagreed, you guys still blatantly went against that. So again, I was hearing the other guy had mentioned that it was the people's property. Randy, sorry. Now, if it's the people's property, then again, I go back to my first statement. Can I use it for my son's 8th birthday party? Come on. If it's the people's, whose property really is it? Right? It's great for a community to come together, and I'm actually all on board with that. But it's out of the topic which I presented of separating public and private spaces altogether. Public entities can rent space for private endeavors, and I have no issue with that. But when when public entities go and pay for private endeavors infinitely, that's where my issue is.
Thank you. Because there's no more public comment, we have no miscellaneous business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support. It's been motioned and supported to adjourn our meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. So we didn't. Then it says, would you support other such as roads, general government? We haven't reduced the expenditures.
So I asked, I haven't got a response from the new sheriff. I haven't got a
You were supposed to come in
response.
yesterday, and I came to meet you.
I couldn't, my question for them was, because I